let's get the show going. Mr. Scott, Clayton Scott.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Allen. I love coming to Batesville. What a fun town. What a cool town. And beautiful, too. Wow, the river and the hills and the trees and a lot of cool people like you. Man, I've had fun with the 5th and 6th graders this week. We have written, let's see. I figure about 300 poems this week. 300 poems written by 5th and 6th graders. That's a lot of creativity flowing in one building in 1 week, isn't it? Now, of course, yesterday we had our classroom poetry slam. Now, parents, thank you for taking time out of your schedules to come and support your kids. I know you love them. And, keep having kids because that's job security for us educators. That's right. Keep that multiplication going. We love it. Now, a poetry slam, simply put, is a game that poets play. It's a competition with poetry. It was invented in the late 80s in Chicago by a guy by the name of Mark Smith. I discovered slam poetry about 11 years ago and got popular fast, hit the national circuit, and in the process of traveling around America, I met Mark Smith, the originator of slam, in Houston, Texas. At which time he invited me to come with him to a couple school assemblies that he was conducting, and he wanted me to perform some of my poems with him on the stage. It was cool. I loved it. But see, I'm an educator at heart. My degree is in education. I was a 4th and a 6th grade school teacher, a master's degree in creative writing, and been on stage almost all my life. And I was sitting backstage watching this whole thing unfold with Mark Smith. And I thought, this is good, but I've got an idea to do something better because the students really are not involved in the nuts and bolts of writing and performing. They're just sitting out there enjoying a show. So I came back to Arkansas with a strategy, a vision, and a plan to bring slam poetry to schools. Early on, Batesville was one of the first schools in the entire nation to say, yes, we'd like to have slam poetry come to our school. Work with the students in their writing skills, speaking skills, and then in the week with the poetry slam with the students involved. And it worked. So for now, 10 years, I've been traveling around the state of Arkansas. I've been to Alabama, Oklahoma, England 3 times, doing what I do. And it's been an awesome experience. One of my favorite schools, and I don't say this every school I go to, but one of my favorite schools is West Magnet Elementary School. You guys are awesome. Now, yeah. Who's up next there, DJ?
Josie Carpenter. The one I go to be alone, to feel alive and free, like I'm the only person in existence. When my life, my anger is all bottled up and stored inside of me. It's like a soda in a bottle. You're there for me. As it feels as life has no more existence, you convince me different. And I will always love you, and you are my chill spot.
Sixth graders are pretty awesome folks, aren't they? I love all grades, okay? But I've been working with these sixth graders now for, what, 3 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, I could wear your little hat there, Mrs. Allen, because I'm sad today because I'm not going to be able to work with these guys anymore. And they've, you know, they own a piece of my heart. So I'm a little sad today. But, you know, that's how life is. I tell you what makes me happy is I know all of these are going to be so successful. They're going to be the future leaders of America. And I am going to be in an old folks' home flirting with nurses. That's right.
My place to chill is my place where I'm alone. Alone in my own little world where I'm all by myself. That's to myself in the corner of my bed, listening to music, enjoying anime. As their eyes stare at me, I fall deep into my thoughts, leading me to shut my eyes and fall deep asleep. This is the place where the best of my dreams happen. This is the place where I create my own masterpieces, both on paper and in my mind.
Our final poet,
Miss Lauren Jones.
The taste of salt water lingers on my tongue as I inhale the smell of the salty sea as it crashes into the bay. I gather my gear as I get ready to go. I slip on my wetsuit, my flippers, and my goggles. I jump into the water as a cool splash of relief comes over me. "How's the water?" yells my dad from the boat. I yell back as I start to shiver. "It's freezing cold." Then, splash! My dive instructor jumps in and helps me put on my gear. I have to put on my gear in the water because I'm too small to jump out of the boat with it on, and it's too heavy for me to carry. We get the air tank strapped to my back, and I put the mouthpiece in my mouth as I watch my dad, brother, and aunt jump out of the boat backwards. Then, down we go. I say to myself, breathe constantly, never hold your breath, never panic, and regulate the pressure in your ears on the way down. And I do just that. I hold my nose, and I blow until I hear a pop. When we get down to the seafloor, I awe in amazement. The seafloor was like another planet, covered in coral and exotic fish. At one point in my dive, I saw a ginormous sea turtle. I wanted to stay down there forever, but I started getting hungry. We headed for the surface and the boat came and picked us up. On the boat waiting for us were slices of papaya and bananas. We ate them on the way back to the shore, with the wind blowing in my face, mixed with a salty mist from the sea.
My response to that poem is, I want to be there right now. Don't you? All right, let's give it up for our 6th grade finalists.